Today, I'm going to show you the biggest challenge in the TEF and TCF Canada listening sections. Many candidates fail this part because they don't know the right strategies. Stay with me until the end because I tell you exactly what to do to pass this section without difficulty. Before we start, a little intro. My name is Elnaz. I'm a polyglot. I started learning French from zero, and in less than 1 year, I achieved CLB 9 in both the TEF and TCF Canada. In this episode, I'll tell you exactly what I did to reach CLB 9 from zero. But before we talk about how to reach CLB 9 in listening section, there is something important I want to tell you. First of all, you really need to be at least B2 in French. A lot of people think they can pass without reaching B2 level, but honestly, that doesn't work. And here's the thing, I've met many people who are already B2 or even C1, but they still don't get the score they expect on the exam. And that's what this video is about. If you are B2 or C1 level, but you can't reach that level on test day, it's not because your French isn't good enough. It's because there are some very important strategies you need to know. These exams are not just about your level, it's about knowing how to handle the test. So, let's start with the first one. The first and most important trick is not to listen to every single word. In the listening sections, many candidates fail because they panic when they don't understand one word. And at that moment, they stop listening. This is a big mistake. You don't need to understand everything. What really matters is understanding the main idea. If you miss one word, just let it go and keep listening. The exam is designed to test your overall comprehension, not your vocabulary. Once you stop translating in your head and focus on the meaning, the listening section becomes much easier. The second trick is reading the questions fast. In listening sections, you have around 39 and 40 questions in TCF and TEF Canada, and the time is very limited. About 40 minutes for TEF and 35 minutes for TCF. So you need to be very fast. The biggest problem, especially in TEF Canada, is that many candidates don't have enough time to read the questions before the audio starts. And this part is extremely important. You must read the questions very quickly. If you don't understand the question first, when the audio starts, you won't know what you are looking for. You'll hear the audio, but you won't really understand what information you need to catch. That's why fast question reading is one of the most important skills for these exams. In TEF Canada, especially in part 3 and 4, one audio is followed by 2 questions. That means you must read both questions before the audio starts. So, you need to be fast enough to read 2 questions at the same time and know what they are asking. And remember, reading the question is not the same as understanding it. You have to be very attentive and very quick. That's why it helps to underline or note the keywords. Sometimes there is no time to read everything before the audio starts. If you don't prepare your brain this way, the audio will start and you won't know what information you are listening for. The third trick is to stay calm and keep listening, even if you feel lost at the beginning. Many candidates think they failed as soon as they don't understand the first sentence. So they give up mentally. This is a big mistake. In most recordings, the key information comes after the introduction. Even if you miss the first part, you can still understand the situation and answer correctly. So stay focused and don't panic. And keep listening until the end. Very often, the answer comes clear later. The fourth trick is not to change your answer at the last second. Many candidates choose the correct answer while listening, but then they doubt themselves and change it after the audio ends. Most of the time, the first answer is the right one. If you understood the idea and chose an answer during the audio, trust yourself. Changing answers out of stress is one of the biggest reasons people lose points. The fifth trick is understanding that these exams reward focus, not perfection. Many candidates think they must answer every question correctly to succeed, and this creates a lot of pressure. When you aim for perfection, you start overthinking, you panic, and you lose time. In reality, you don't need a perfect score to get CLB 9. You are allowed to miss some questions. What really matters is staying focused from the first audio to the last one. If you miss a question, accept it and move on immediately. Don't carry that stress to the next question. The candidates who succeed are not the ones who understand everything perfectly, but the ones who stay calm, focused, and consistent until the end of the exam. So, these were the key strategies that helped me reach CLB 9 in TEF and TCF Canada listening sections. If you focus on the ideas, read the questions fast, stay calm, trust your answers, and stop aiming for perfection, this section becomes much easier. If this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next episode. Ciao.